分的四各位，这里是分的周报，我是瑶。今天是星期四，2021年4月8日。我们已经进入本学年的最后一个季度，保持我们的势头，一定要按时完成作业，和老师沟通。到 Office Hour 去寻求帮助，按时完成你的作业。不要忘记本周四、周五和周四下午的 report card meeting， 家长可以通过 meeting link 与老师见面。更多信息请查看你的 advisory。我们的新闻团队代表了多种语言，你可以在 advisory 或者我们的 YouTube 频道、Faker TV 上观看他们的报道。我们本周的名人名言是：巧合是上帝保持一名的方式。阿尔伯特·爱因斯坦。同学们 ，The Get Ready for Life Program 来了。这是一个为所有14岁到24岁的移民设计的一个新项目。它主要是教导我们如何合理做预算，以及如何面对财务问题。它也会教导我们如何面对压力。更多信息请联系 Colin 报名。Miss Camisa 想祝贺在她生物课上取得优异成绩的学生。这分别有3个奖项，最高平均分一共有3名获奖者，他们分别是 First Period 的燕真如、Second Period 的 Jason 黄以及 Fourth Period 的林飞墨。最有进步奖分别是第1节课的 Russell、第2节课的 Vincent 和第4节课的 Jaden。最勤奋奖分别是 Shahu、第2节课的 Emily Vegas 和第4节课的 Kelvin。感谢祝贺所有取得奖项的同学们。同学们，请把你们的作品上传到春季录像艺术展。下面是 Miss McDonald 的邮箱。4月是我们庆祝地球日的月份，我们应该保持周围环境清洁，可以通过捡拾附近的垃圾来表达对环境的支持。我们每一个人都要为保持地球清洁而努力。春季运动会来了，我们有2个重要的体育公告。首先，女子排球队获得了他们本季度的第1场胜利。队长 Amy 和 Jennifer 在球队上取得胜利。Amy 是球员的老将 ，Jennifer 是一名转校生。她在球场上非常努力，总是愿意帮助她的队友。接下来，我们要感谢我们的足球运动员马丽瑞。马丽被选为高中体育最佳球员以及周内最佳球员。真的是为你感到骄傲，马丽。有任何体育有关的问题，请发给 Miss Hannah。同学们，你们有兴趣了解 Hip Hop、涂鸦艺术和霹雳舞的历史吗？嘻哈传统项目正寻找有 兴趣的学生，他们还提供资金，对于定期上课并完成作业的学生有575元的奖励，每个学生还将获得高品质的艺术用品。同学们，你们会唱 Edmund song 吗 ？Mr. Seagull 的一个学生做到了，他就是 Sebastian Astrico。
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen, iridium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, elastinum, and osmium, and azactinum, radium, and gold, protactinium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, and thorium, and thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium, and terbium, actinium, rubidium, and boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, and strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and bismuth, lithium, beryllium, and barium. There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus and francium and fluorine and terbium and manganese and mercury, molybdenum and magnesium, dysprosium and scandium and cerium and cesium and lead, praseodymium and platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium and tantalum, vanadium, titanium, tellurium, and cadmium and calcium and chromium and curium. There's sulfur, californium, and fermium, berkelium, and also mendelevium, nicenium, nobelium, and agripptonium, radon, silicon, rhodium, and chlorine, carbon, copper, tungsten, and sodium.
谢谢你 ，Sebastian。同学们，我们需要你的意见。你对分子自行车项目感兴趣吗？请填写一份有关 OST 自行车项目的表格。这个表查是为了你和你的家长准备的。你可以在你的 Advisory 的 Google Classroom 上找到它。Teacher Spotlight。今天我们的播音员命令将会采访我们的新一手老师 Miss Daly。
Hi, Miss Daly. Good afternoon and welcome to Furnace. I'm Min from the Furnace New Teams. I have a few questions so we can get to know you better.
Wonderful.
Are you from Philly?
No, actually, I am from New York. I grew up in Ossining, New York.
Oh, wow.
A little town on the Hudson River.
Where did you teach before you came to Furnace?
Well, I started teaching in the Bronx, actually. That was my very first teaching job. And I quickly decided that I wanted to travel. I was young and I had always wanted to travel, maybe do a semester abroad when I was in college, and I didn't get the chance to do that. So I joined the United States Peace Corps. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
Well, it's a wonderful organization sponsored by the United States government, and it allows people to work in other countries and live there and learn about their culture and way of life, and also to give back to them. I was teaching English in Yemen back in the late 80s. So that's kind of how I started becoming interested in teaching English to speakers of other languages. That was really the spark for me.
Why did you decide to become an ESOL teacher?
Well, as I said, I think that being a Peace Corps volunteer really started it for me. I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but that's when I decided to focus on ESOL. And I've never looked back. I just love it. And I was able to actually, back in the day, I got a Peace Corps fellowship to attend Temple University.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I ended up coming to Philadelphia. So Peace Corps really kind of guided a lot of the decisions that I've made. And yeah, why I've settled in this area.
Who is your favorite author, and do you use this author with your students?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I have lots of different authors that I really love. I'd have to be hard-pressed to pick my mostly with my students, though, I read, books that are related to the textbooks that we have and books that we have in school. So, for example, this year with my first ever online teaching experience, I chose a book called Seed Folks, and that was really fun because it was about it's by a guy named Paul Fleischer, and it's about a community of people who come from all over the world, but they end up living in Cleveland, and they're brought together by this garden, this community garden, and each person contributes what they're interested in growing, and together they create this fabulous resource. And I feel like that's a parallel to what we do in school. You know, everybody brings something to our community, and we just keep developing it. And I think that was again a nice parallel for this school year for me.
What advice would you give students who are having difficulty with a teachers or class?
Students who are having difficulty with teachers or a class.
Yes.
You mean learning virtually?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Well, I've always found teachers are very receptive to supporting students, although sometimes students might feel shy, or
Yeah.
you know, if they get behind in their work, they might be a little bit, you know, afraid to let the teacher know that they need help. But I would just try to assure them that, you know, the best thing you can do is ask for help, and if not from the teacher directly, then certainly from another teacher that you know better, or one of the counselors, or I think that I would just urge students not to think that a problem is going to go away on its own. You have to be open and try to communicate the best that you can, and get as much help as you can with that.
Mm. What is one thing you need to survive in virtual school days?
One thing I need, well, obviously the computer.
Yeah.
We need that, and I am really impressed with how stable Google has been for us this school year. It's pretty interesting when you think of the millions of people using this service every day, and we've really had so little trouble with it. I think just Google, you know, the tools, Google Slides are a real anchor for me with my teaching. In fact, sometimes I think I overwhelm my students because there are always slides to kind of guide our work.
Yeah.
Where if we're in person, it would be more conversation. I'm missing that. I'm missing that part of teaching this year.
I hope we can go back to school soon.
I hope so too.
What is the best thing that has happened to you so far this year?
The best thing that's happened so far, I think, is the consistency with which my students attend my classes. I've been disappointed with the participation and the shyness, you know, students keeping their cameras off and staying on mute. But somehow, you know, the fact that they show up almost every single day, some of them every single day, that really keeps me going. So I think that's been a great part. And also, students might not realize that we teachers have meetings every day. So this has been a really nice thing for me as well, because I am new at Furness. It's been a great way for me to get to know my colleagues, and not just to say hello in the hallway, but to actually have, you know, some really great conversations every day, every week.
Yeah.
And it's helped me a lot.
And thank you. We appreciate the time you've taken. Good luck still.
Oh, thanks so much.
Bye.
See you. Bye bye.
欢迎来到分认识 Miss Daily。不要忘记了，分认识是一个食物配送中心，每周五上午9点到下午2点，你可以在分认识领取免费食物。同学们，如果你们认识的人经历了种族，我们可以提供关注，让费城的受害者服务中心是来协助你的。以下是相关的信息。技术提醒：如果你的电脑有故障，你需要去南费城高中技术中心去换一台新的。如果你不能参加心理课堂，请给老师发邮件，确保你的作业按时完成。 一定要在 Facebook、Twitter、Instagram 上关注我们，并在我们的网站 fitnessfit.org 上查看有价值信息。我们的网站还在 YouTube 提供5种语言的每周公报，它们分别是英文、中文、尼泊尔语、西班牙语和越南语。本周的公告就到此为止，感谢你的收看，记得保暖，在心理世界和现实世界都要注意安全，戴好口罩，洗好手，我们下次再见。